Today we're driving the 2024 Genesis G70 3.3 liter twin turbo Sport Prestige. This is one of my favorite sports sedans to drive. It's very neutral, kind of a playful chassis, a lot of fun behind the wheel. We've got a good amount of power here, 365 horsepower, 376 pound-feet of torque from that 3.3 liter twin turbo V6. 8-speed automatic transmission. The all-wheel drive system in this is fantastic. Again, lets you have a little bit of fun. Let's walk you guys around this car, talk about what it's been like to live with this week, and then we'll go for a drive and give you guys some driving impressions. This G70 costs $58,350. This has a Sport Prestige package, which is the probably most expensive option on this. That includes a limited slip differential, head-up display, suede here on the headliner, Napa leather seating surfaces, surround view monitor, a couple other things like the electronically controlled suspension. We've got a few different drive modes here: Sport, Sport Plus, Eco, Comfort, and Custom. Little taste of that exhaust there. This is painted in Kawa Blue, which is quite a stunning color in this early morning light. A little bit dirty from driving it this week. It was raining quite a bit. We are on 19-inch wheels on Michelin Primacy Tour all-season tires. 225/40 R19s in the front and 255/35 R19s in the rear. Bit of a staggered setup here. Nice looking car. I love the front end on this. Just a sleek, sexy, beautiful design. Back seats a little bit cramped, as they are in many of the sedans in this class, like the 3 Series, like the Lexus IS. That's okay. It's enough space. I'm 5'10". This is my driving position in front of me, and I just kind of squeeze back here. It's cozy, it's comfy, but if I were any taller, I don't think I'd want to spend too much time in the back of this. I do have a good amount of headroom, about an inch above my head. Not a lot of space to put my feet underneath. We do get rear climate vents, 2 USB-C ports, 1 USB Type-A port in the front, and another USB-C right here. Wired CarPlay only. Really nice premium cabin. The interior in this feels really, really nice. The Napa leather's fantastic. Got some cool tack controls. Genesis does a nice job with their interiors. The switchgear, the buttons. We've got really just a couple changes for the 2024 model year. This climate control panel has gone kind of touch screen, and then we have a frameless mirror, and then there's just a couple other changes. Pretty minimal changes to the 2024 model year. There's your cup holders, bedazzled slightly. Nice. Let's take a look at our trunk space here. Just tap this button. That gives you the powered trunk. Nice. Compact spare tire in there. Good to see. This looks like our user manual. Yeah, quick reference guide, tire warranty, handbook. We'll leave that back here so it doesn't move around too much during our drive. Good amount of trunk space. Kind of a larger pass-through back there, which is nice to see. And Genesis is always very clever with their all-wheel drive badging, almost looking like a 4. Let's pop the hood, take a look underneath. This is rated for 17 miles to the gallon in the city, 26 on the highway. This week we've been averaging around, if I can find the hood release, around 18 miles to the gallon on this. So it is not the most efficient vehicle in this class. The B58 in the BMW 340i gets probably twice the fuel economy of this thing. You can easily average 30 miles to the gallon or above, 34, 38 on the highway in that. In this, I think you'll be pressed to get 30 miles to the gallon. A lot of short trips, a lot of city driving. We've been averaging about 15, 16 in this. Longer trips on the highway, mid to low 20s. We've also been driving it pretty hard because, not gonna lie, this is a really, really fun sports sedan. All right, so what do we need to know about this interior? We've got a head-up display. We've got lots of nice physical controls on the steering wheel, paddle shifters behind the wheel, good-looking reverse camera. We've got a quick access button for that too right here, parking camera. Love to see that, high res. Even though this is a smaller screen, I can see very clearly what's going on there. Push the P button to park. Parking brakes right here. Great ergonomics. I mean, everything is just laid out exactly where you'd want it. Only complaint is this new climate touch panel here, although you do get temperature knobs, which are this kind of interesting hole in them. I don't know what to do with that. You've got tiny icons for your heated and ventilated seats, but you do get some haptic feedback. When you touch it, it vibrates slightly. It's all pretty straightforward. It's fine. I think I'm sure you'd get used to it after living with it for some time. Frameless mirror looks good. We've got a sunglasses holder up here. These slide, that slides. So that's a massive mirror. This suede on the headliner looks nice too, and this is a pretty big sunroof for a smaller sedan like this. All right, let's switch out of Sport Plus mode. We'll start off in comfort and see what this thing can do on the road. Really quick steering. Not even, a little over 2 turns lock to lock. Nice. Good weight to the steering rack at lower speeds too. Gotta applaud Genesis. They really do get their inputs right. From the just nice, crispy turn signals, which are so satisfying, to pull that lever, to all of your touch points, the steering wheel leather, the shifter leather, the way everything kind of engages, the button presses, it's all consistent. Makes for a very cohesive user experience here, in the driver's seat at least. Lots of torque from this 3.3 liter twin turbo. Very little turbo lag as well. Comfy ride. Got a pretty bumpy section of road up here, and it just cruises over it easily. All right, maybe we will go into sport mode here. You can hear the exhaust valve open up slightly. Minimal understeer. Yeah. And it just rockets out of corners. This and the BMW 3 Series are the 2 most fun to drive sports sedans in this segment. They're really, really good. The all-wheel drive in this just makes it extra capable. This almost feels like a more refined, grown-up end car in some ways. The handling here is that good. All right, Sport Plus. Here we go. Turning in. Sharp turn in, a little bit of body roll, and it just sets. Not a lot of steering feel, but I can feel what's going on through the chassis. These tires are communicating well. And neutral on the exit. I just love how the rear end comes around on throttle in this G70. It is a pleasure to toss around. We've got lots of driving assistance here. Highway driving assist. And the lane centering seems to be a little bit more straight and true than it used to be in previous model years. It's not moving back and forth as much. Cruise control, you can skip 5-mile-an-hour increments. Change your following distance easily. And there's not a lot of wind noise or road noise or tire noise at speed. Alright, back into Sport Plus. That even turns off traction control and tightens your seat bolsters. Suspension stiffens up too, but you don't really notice it that much. In some ways, this almost handles like a rear-wheel drive car. I'm not in love with brake pedal feel here. I think they could improve that slightly. It just does still feel a bit mushy, but it's not bad. It's an animal around a 90-degree hairpin. That rear diff just gets the job done. It's so fun. It locks up, kicks you out, and then the front end kind of engages and pulls you around. It's beautifully balanced. A bit of a hoon on these all-season tires too. I appreciate that. Ford Model T, Ford Model A. All right, here we go. Second gear, manual mode. Oh, shifted up into third for me. Pedals are nice and responsive. Lots of settings here in the infotainment for adaptive cruise control. You can have it automatically enable steering assist or highway driving assist whenever you engage your cruise control. You can do that manually. I like that this gives you turn signal cameras, only on the right side though, since we have a kind of a half digital cluster here with an analog speedo. On the highway, it feels tight, it feels stable. The steering has a nice firmness to it. It's easy to track straight in this car. Get kind of this weird reverse sweep to our tachometer here. Transmission is super smooth, no jerks, no hiccups. Really good gearbox tuning. Throttle tuning is nice too. Gets a little bit aggressive in Sport Plus mode, but in Comfort and Sport it's nice and linear. So much fun. You do have to be a little careful on throttle out of corners because it will catch you out, but it is so easy to control. See if we can bang out a quick 0 to 60 here. Launch control ready, and we're off. Slightly uphill. Nice. All right, second gear. We'll toss it in. A bit of a boot fall. Yes. Thank you, Genesis. I don't know if traction was fully off in that. I don't think it was. Really appreciating these nice big visors this morning. Super bright, super sunny. This electronically controlled suspension does such a good job soaking up bumps, but also controlling the car around a corner. this is proper suspension tuning here. Really, the only con with this G70 is back seats are kind of cramped. Up front, feels nice and spacious. I've got all the tech I want. This is a nice overall package. It keeps it simple, driver focused, and it's a lot of fun. We've got a few different views in this center digital display. We've got compass, all-wheel drive power distribution, engine temperature, tire pressure, speed, trip, current trip. We've gotten 12 miles to the gallon on this trip. Understandable. Oil temp, torque, and turbo pressure. And then driving assistance. Avoid these huge potholes. Yeah, and it's nimble too. It just... Not sure how well brakes and everything would hold up to track use. I'll have to go on the forums to find that out. But this would be a fun car on a race course, even an autocross. I think this is probably my favorite product from Genesis. The SUVs and their larger sedans just don't hold a candle to how fun this thing is to drive. So I think we'll leave it at that. Quick sound system test, bonus footage. Has the Lexicon sound system, and it's fine. It's okay. I've never been super impressed with the Lexicon audio systems in Genesis products. This is just fine. It's lacking a little bit of bass. Let's try this entrance ramp one more time in sport mode with traction control on. We know what the car does with traction off. You know it's a bit of a hoon. It slides about. Let's see what it does with the systems on. How does it control us? Nice. I like that. What about Sport Plus? It does turn traction off, but it probably leaves stability control on. All right, hard on the brakes. Chucking it in on throttle. Steps out a little bit, but it keeps us controlled. Yeah, a lot of front brake going on there to keep us from sliding. Interesting. Okay, well there you go. That's all I wanted to know. Eco mode, hypermiling for the rest of this video. That's it. We're done. Done driving fast. That's it. That's all you have to do. Tell me when there's a car in my blind spot. Steering's still going. All right, well, that'll be a wrap for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments. Also, go check out the videos on Winding Road, and I believe Substitute Topher filmed a living with / road trip video in this G70 this week, so go check that out too. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Here's your key fob.